Compton from Waterloo. Welcome, Susanna. The floor is yours, and you have 5 minutes.
My name is Susanna Compton. I grew up on a farm in Wilmot. I live in Waterloo. I'm here because you're still ignoring our farmers. Councillors, what will it take for you to care? Does it take your neighbors being the ones under threat of expropriation? Does it take your own homes, your businesses under threat? Does it take the shelves at the grocery store being all American products? If you want made in Canada, you can't take away our prime farmland. Our farmland is not infinite. But do you even care? You've been ignoring our delegations. The Land Assembly in Wilmot is government overreach. It's a threat to all our agriculture. If the government can come and grab 6 farms and 6 residences at what appears to be a whim because there has been no proper planning, no transparency, and no discussions with the public, then what farm is safe? The countryside line has been the hard stop that allows development to go this far and no further. On the protected side of the countryside line, farmers were investing in their businesses because they understood that their land would still be farmed in 5, 10, even 20 years. No different than any other successful business. This land assembly cuts into the heart of that. Who will be next? Will you take Fenning's land? Will you take the Hurley's farm? Martin's Apples? Benjamin Tree Farm? These names are familiar to everyone, but there are 1,409 farms across the region just as important as those familiar names. And they are all concerned that they could be next. You have not even said that you will protect other farms from development, let alone built some kind of plan for that protection. In a time when tariffs are in the news every day, and we are all learning how important it is to be able to feed ourselves as a province and a country. A significant factor in feeding ourselves is here in Waterloo Region. You can't make food products if you don't have their primary ingredients. You get those primary ingredients on a farm. Full stop. Food isn't made in factories, it comes from a farm. Our farms are the highest quality of farmland in Canada. Drive a couple hours north and they can barely get feed crops to grow. Not all farmland is equal. According to the Ontario Federation of Agriculture, the list of things we can grow, the diverse variety of crops we can grow here in Waterloo Region is the longest list in Canada. We can grow almost anything here. In fact, in all of North America, Waterloo Region is second only to California in what the land can produce, and they are running out of water. It's been over a year since CanAcre first approached the landowners regarding this land assembly. I've spent that year learning about local politics and regional planning and what discerns farmland quality. And I've learned that you, councillors, have a tough job. Waterloo Region is highly diverse in many ways. The demands, needs, and expectations put on you are significant. This council has done some really good work. And Waterloo Region has become known as a region with some of the best planning in all of Ontario. So to you, councillors and staff, I want to acknowledge that hard work. I believe that your hard work is worth fighting for, but you have to understand how deeply you have broken our trust. I think QP 1656 agrees, councillors. Your people deserve better than broken trust. They deserve fairness. Waterloo Region was the first in the province to pass the smoking bylaw, which Tom Galloway addressed when he accepted his Jack Young Civic Award recently. Clearly, the smoking bylaw wasn't easy. But Mr. Galloway said it was the right thing to do. You have a history of doing the right thing even when it's difficult. Councillors, we want to be able to trust you again. We want this relationship of council and constituents to work well. We're not trying to undo the system,
Susanna, you've got a minute left.
But you need to meet us. Mr. Galloway also said what an important accomplishment the countryside line was. One of his proudest. You must reinstate the countryside line. Fight for it. I get it. Your hands are tied. You don't have the same authority you did. Things have changed. You have an NDA. That is why it's more important than ever that you straighten out your priorities. Your sole responsibility is to the citizens of Waterloo Region, not the investors. Taking good farmland and destroying it in an age of food insecurity is wrong. Investing our resources and your reputation in unknown manufacturing at a time of tariff wars is wrong. Building an industrial site next to 80% of the region's water supply is wrong. Step up and be the Waterloo region that does the right thing. Assemble land that will serve as an example of what can be done when agriculture, environment, and urbanization actually work together. Stop the land assembly in Wilmot. Thank you.
Thank you, Susanna. I don't see any questions, and thank you, audience, for being so respectful.